Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Dee, and today we are going to make a shaker card. Now, pardon me for my voice. It's early in the morning, and I always have a little stuff going on with my chest and my voice when I first get up. So I woke up early this morning. I could not get back to sleep, so I thought I'm gonna come in and make a video. Okay. Do you remember the other day, this has been a couple videos ago, we made this 3D embossed panel, and then we ink blended with Distress Oxide inks. Well, I glued it on a panel, a 5.5 by 4 1/4 card panel, and that's what we're going to use for the shaker card. Okay, so I've taken the time to cut out a frame for the shaker part of the card, and I glued my acetate because, you know, shaker card has to hold shaker bits, and pardon me. And we want to be able to see through it. So I cut a piece of acetate, clear acetate, that I put on the back, and I used my Bearly Arch glue. Now, I don't know if I brought this up in a previous video, but you know, I got the new bottle of the Bearly Arch glue, and I also got these smaller glue bottles that have these rubber tips or silicone, whatever they are, that you just put on instead of using a pin, like my old style of glue bottle. And it works so well. I just love it. Now, sometimes I have a little trouble, you know, getting it lined up right, but for the most part, it does great. So this is what I use to glue the acetate. And then I've done 3 of the sides with this scrapbook.com foam adhesive, and I'm not sure what the width is, maybe 1/4 inch. I don't know if it says 7 millimeter, so that's probably about 1/4 of an inch. And so I'm going to do the last side with you. Now, when I do these, I like to do 2 sides first, and then I will do, you know, the 2 sides that are facing each other, and then I will start to do the other 2. So I've done the sides, and we're going to go ahead and get this last side in. Okay, here we go. And we'll get the scissors, and we'll cut that. Okay. Now, the only thing is, before I really set it down good, I have to reposition a little bit. Now, I did pretty well with getting the foam adhesive lined up, except for these 2 little spots. And if you don't get them like butted up to each other well enough, like these 2 corners are pretty good, lined up pretty well, you can get little bits of your shaker stuck in here. So I think what I'm going to do is just cut the teeniest little sliver, 2 little slivers, and we're going to stick them in to the little spot here. Okay. And that'll keep the shaker bits from starting to escape. The very first shaker card I did, I put glitter in, and oh, as a beginner, don't ever do that. Even as an advanced, maybe even advanced beginner, don't do that. It was just too much. There was too many little areas where the the glitter was able to escape. So it literally shook out of the card when I went to shake it, you know, before I sent it off to the person, the recipient, and all this glitter made a mess. So I can't remember what I did, if I started over or if I just scrapped it. I just don't remember. But anyway, remember that. Okay, so this is actually the front of the card now. We got our back here. Now, the thing about acetate is it attracts little things, you know, like it attracts dust, it attracts little bits and pieces of things. And so I know out there is a trick for removing all the bits on there you don't want, but for the life of me, I cannot remember. So if anybody is watching this and they know, feel free to mention in the comments. I would love to have that straight in my head, and then everybody else can learn too. Okay, pardon me. Okay, so we have our card base, and what we're going to do, if you've never seen a shaker card, I think you're going to get the idea. We are going to put the little shaker bit on top, and then we'll have all their little shaker bits inside, and they'll get to shake it. Okay, all right. Now I'm seeing a little something here. These microfiber claws do help a little bit to remove the stuff you don't want. Okay, so I'm going to set this to the side for now and set my foam adhesive aside. Okay, now I guess I'll get this back out for a second. We've got green and we've got like a rosy pink going on. So I have these, let's see if they're in shot. I have these sequins. I might have to move this stuff out of the way for a second. Oh, by the way, before I go on with that, I wanted to show you how I got the frame. I have a nesting die set by Waffle Flower. Can you see that? Rectangular dies. And I took the largest size, and then I took this size, this right here, the third size down, and I taped them together so that they would, with washi tape, so they would make a frame. And then I die cut a piece out of that, and that's how I got this. Okay? It's really easy to do. Uh-oh, I got a little something on my acetate already. Yikes. There it is. Okay. So, let's set that aside. Now, the thing about shaker bits is that you don't want to put so few that they're hardly noticeable. And you don't want to put too many so that when they're shaking the card, you can't see the background, okay? So, I have these sequins, and I also have, this is a labor of love right here. I also have all these little bits of paper that I cut up into these little tiny scraps, and sometimes I use these for shaker cards, and sometimes I don't. Sometimes I just use the sequins. But today I'm going to use a little bit of these, and they will just add a little bit of interest. So all I'm going to do is do a little bit like that. Set that off to the side. Now, since we have pink or rosy pink and green, I'm going to take these green sequins, and then let's see, pink. We have this color right here. I don't know why I'm using my left hand. I'm a right-handy. Okay, let's do this. I think we're going to go with that. I hope it's not going to be too few, but you know what? Maybe I'll just put a few of these. These are iridescent. Aren't they beautiful? Oh, I love them. So we'll just put a few of those in there. Okay. Now, I have this adhesive, and we are going to start peeling off the backing. And I'm just going to leave these little tiny slivers. The cue is to be very careful. Okay. And to have either long enough nails where you can keep the very edge of the front from skewing all over the place. Okay, now I have learned, excuse me, I'm going to use this to get because my fingers are kind of stuck on there. Okay, now I have learned that if I glue, liquid glue, along the edges here, that will give me some wiggle room. Okay, because if I will put this panel, and what we would do is just put it down like this. Okay. If I put liquid glue along the edge, that will give me some wiggle room. So if I don't line the actual card base well enough, line it up well enough, I will have a little time to wiggle it around so it will be straight. Okay, so I'm just gonna do some dotting here. And I hope I'm in shot for all of this. If I'm not, I apologize. Okay. We're almost there. Okay. Okay, here we go. Put the cap on the glue. Okay, make sure I have it going right side up. Okay. Now turn it over. And we are going to press this down. And I'm going to turn it around like this. Whoop, I saw one. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. People. Okay. Let's get it down. As you can see, a few sequins escaped. Not good. Okay. See if I can. There's a few here that must have shifted before. Uh-oh, that's glued in now. Okay, I got it. And I guess there's a few more there, but maybe they won't be. So here we go. Now, these paper bits don't shake as well, but they do add a little bit of interest. So here we go. Now, I am not sure if I'm going to use this as a birthday card or as a wedding card. But I have this little sentiment, best wishes, and I don't know if you can see, I did this in glittered embossing powder, green glitter embossing powder. It's so pretty. So I'm going to glue this. Oh boy, look at this, guys. Are you learning along with me? I hope so. Okay, you know what? I'm going to have to deal with that later. But you see, I got a couple more stuck, and I didn't do a good enough job. Now, if some of them are stuck up here or along the edges, that doesn't bother me. Okay? That's totally okay. Now, I don't know if you can tell, I took the Distress Oxide Mowed Lawn color, and I just did the edges around, because if I would have put it on the card with just the plain white of the original cardstock, it just didn't look right. So I did a little bit of that green as just a little definer, and I don't really want to cover up the florals. So I'm going to glue this up here, I think. Okay. Now, we will get our trusty glue. And the thing about gluing cardstock is it dries quickly onto it. But when you glue on acetate, it takes, because obviously some of it's going to be on the cardstock and some of it will be on the acetate. If I can get it lined up right. And it will slip inside around. So we're just going to do this. Okay. And there we go. Now, I will let that set. I won't mess with it because, like I said, the glue on top of the acetate will need a little bit of time to dry. So, what do you think? Isn't that awesome? And you can still see the floral background behind. So, I am really liking this. Now, the only thing I might do is glue some of these sequins like in a corner or maybe 3 corners. So let's do that. Okay. Let's do that. Okay. I'm just going to put a little, make sure I'm in shot here. Put a little drop of glue on here. And usually I have my little pickup tool when I do my sequins, but I forgot to bring it over, so we're going to use your fingers. Okay. We'll put another one here. It just did look a little bit empty. I mean, I know the shaker's got things going on, and that's cool, but okay, now I have one of those kind of iridescent ones, and I have a green one. I have another iridescent one. And here we go. All right, let me put the top on the glue while I'm checking to see if I'm happy enough with it. What do you think? Well, I think I'm happy enough with it, because if I started adding, you know, like let's say if I want to order brother, glue a little flower die cut here, it would start covering up the background, and honestly, I just love that background so much. I really do. And the contrast between the more muted background and the brighter sequins, I think, is a good fit. So, okay, guys, I hope you liked this video. And if you did, give it a like, please. And if you haven't subscribed and you want to see more of my videos, then please subscribe and comment. I'd love to interact with you down in the comment section. Now, one more thing before we go. My last video, which was not put out on Saturday, I put it out, I think, on Wednesday. I'm going to set this down for a second. I talked about missing my dad and not being able to make Father's Day cards for him anymore. And so I talked about a giveaway for 3 cards, and whoever, first come, first served, whoever would like to get a free card sent to them from me, then just comment below, and then I will comment my email address to you, and then you can email me your contact information. So if you'll hang on just a second, I will go get the cards. So if anybody who hasn't seen that video would like to see them, then I'll give you a chance to do that. So hang on. Okay, I'm back. This is the first card, and for my father, obviously, is the sentiment, and they're just kind of it was like, okay, what do I want to do with this? I had this tiny little frame that I did using 2 different rectangle dies, and I glued that on over these strips of cardstock with these cute little leaves. And so that's the first one. This is the second one. I'll make sure I'm in shot here. And I use the same die set of leaves, but some of these didn't die cut very well, and so I just left, because it's supposed to be like, they're meant to be like this one where you have, it's like a skeleton type leaf, you know. But these didn't want to come out very easily, so for some reason, and so I just left them in. Amazingly, they were still in with the die cut when I took away the leaf die cuts. And so I ran over with my brayer a Distress Oxide color. It wasn't Mowed Lawn. I think it was a different color. Anyway, so I did that, and I glued those on there. And, of course, we have Dad. And this is the last one. And same idea. This was one of the dies that did not want to release these little bits for some reason. I just don't know. Flaw in the die. I tried different types of cardstock. Same result. So unfortunately. Anyway, so if you would like to get any one of these for free, just comment below and I will get back with you with my email address, and you can email your contact information for me. So I hope you guys have a wonderful weekend, and if any of you, since it's Memorial Day weekend, if any of you have served in the military, I want to, or maybe currently serve, I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart for serving our country and doing your best. So thank you so much for that. And like me, if you've lost a loved one recently, or maybe even not recently, and are missing them, blessings on you too, because it's hard when we're missing our loved ones. So anyway, I will go ahead, and by the way, you know how I always finish my card off with my handcrafted with love stamp. I will do that after the video. I won't take any more time for that. But anyway, guys, have a blessed weekend, and I will hope to see you again. Bye.